Leak to break down with Smash News, Star Fox Golf, and the Mario 3D collection. Let's talk all about it.
Block content.
What's happening, my blocked buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Today, we not only get to talk about one leak that talks a whole lot about a couple of different games, even as far as Chrono Cross, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Yes, this has been long rumored, and of course, a lot of people have been talking about, but yes, there is actually two leaks that we're talking about today that will talk all about this information, and not only that, even Breath of the Wild 2, and maybe even have a title for that game and some other mechanics in here that a lot of people have actually been rumoring that could be in the works for this title. Of course, everyone has kind of been saying Breath of the Wild 2, what will be the selling point of the game be? Well, now we get to find out in this supposed leak, right? And there's a lot more from a different leak as well that even wants to talk about a Nintendo Switch Pro. So potentially a brand new console that's a souped up version of the Nintendo Switch that we already own. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to actually find out what of this will all, come to fruition right now. And if we will get a Nintendo Direct. This seemingly was going to be dropped then in September, on the 10th of September. So let's find out very quickly if that actually comes to pass. I'm super excited to talk about all of this news today with you guys today because, of course, every single day there's information coming in. You guys are sending me leaks. You guys are sending me little information about like games that are being sold right now that are just titles, and I just love combing through all the facts and opinions that you guys sent my way and really kind of find what is real here, what could potentially be real, and what is the stuff that we want in the future, that we want to be real so desperately. So, of course, I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And of course, we're working on a brand new Blocked Content Let's Play show. We're very close to nailing down all the partner stuff for that as well. So please let me know in the comments right now, what game do you desperately want us to play as a long-term Let's Play series on Blocked Content? Alright guys, let's head into the main topic of today, and I first wanted to talk about the leak that comes from Mega Man Fan 2010. So let's just dive right into this one. It says, Nintendo Direct on the 10th of September 2020. I work at Nintendo, and I got fired today, so I guess nothing can happen to me if I leak the next Direct lineup. That's actually scheduled for September 10th. I'm going to bullet point this list. First up on the docket is Super Mario Collection. No real date yet, just scheduled for 2021. And it includes the main platformer games in the series with bonus content. And then follows, I'll say this now, no new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate reveal, but a mention of a fighter coming in December. Then it talks about Rayman 4. Rayman 4 is announced, which is now a Nintendo exclusive and a return to 3D. And it has a new plot unrelated to the events of Rayman 3. Then follows Pikmin Remaster's release. And Nintendo announces an online service that lets you play GameCube games on your Switch. Then the big Nintendo Switch Pro teaser, and the rest is a bunch of indies I'm sure no one cares about besides Fall Guys on Switch. So of course, so much information here to break down a lot of things that are actually like wishful thinking, I feel, but also a lot of information here that I think that could happen, that makes a lot of sense to happen. I mean, take Pikmin remasters, for example. I mean, I could just imagine this being the Pikmin 1 and 2 games, maybe even Hey Pikmin, and also make that a big HD thing for the Nintendo Switch. That game, of course, is already on the go, so it would also work on Nintendo Switch on the go. Even using the touchpad, I could really see that working. So having that all in a collection, 3 Pikmin games, I think would be incredible, super fun to introduce a younger audience to the first 2 Pikmin games that were, of course, very, very, incredible games, very interesting new play style for a lot of people, and they could even incorporate the Joy-Con very well to that play style as they're doing with Pikmin 3 Deluxe Edition that's also dropping. Now, of course, also Super Mario Collection, just that title, I don't think is as flashy as the Ultimate title needs to be, right? I mean, it either needs to be something like Anniversary Edition or 3D All-Stars or something huge, right? So Super Mario Collection is a little bit too general for my taste, don't know, but it having no date, but being scheduled for 2021, I think is a bad call if that ends up happening, because of course, if there's one game that Nintendo needs to put out this year, it is a Mario Celebration game, because we are going into September. It is the 1st of September tomorrow, so we really need to have that anniversary at least announced then, and we need to have it released this year, whatever happens, right? We can wait for games like Breath of the Wild 2, we can wait for games like Metroid Prime 4, but not this game. This game needs to happen this year. Now, it not having a Smash reveal, but there's a mention of a fighter coming in December. This is a thing that I could definitely see happening. It would hype a lot of people up to, find out who the character is. Maybe we see a silhouette, maybe we see some sort of tease or the game series that it's coming from. But to keep people talking until December with just a little bit of a tease, I think is the Sakurai way to go. I think that it will be a very long time until we actually get to play as the new fighter, but it coming as a playable fighter in December makes total sense to me, like timeline wise, and also how many characters there are left in that pass, and it actually ending in 2022 and not 2021. So yes, I would be all for that. I think that December would be great to play a new fighter, it almost being sort of a New Year's or a Christmas present from our man Sakurai. Now, Rayman 4 getting announced and being Nintendo exclusive is wishful thinking. However, it returning to 3D is going to make a lot of people super happy. And finally, of course, here having an online service to finally play GameCube games. I mean, yes, supposedly Mario Collection already has Super Mario Sunshine, but could you imagine having an online service with Super Smash Bros. Melee on it, and then of course online support? It would implode the internet. Even though there's already good ways to play that, if it's on Switch, it'll be even crazier. So I want to dive into another leak that you guys have sent my way that actually talks about a couple of pretty crazy games, right? Pretty out there, and these are the things that I love to kind of talk about, because even the more out there these predictions are, the more fun they become to kind of discuss and see what's real, right? So Anonymous Post September Direct details leaked. Hi, I worked for Nintendo. They've recently made some cuts, with myself included. So there's a theme in today, and that is people getting fired and actually leaking information. So I figured I'd give you a sneak peek for what Ninty has in store for us. Breath of the Wild 2 Zelda in Time, a terrible title if I may say so myself. This game will be like the original Breath of the Wild, only now with a time travel mechanic included. You can view Hyrule at several different phases throughout the story arc, which would be really cool and kind of reminds me of Wind Waker when you could visit Hyrule in that game. Mario 3D All-Stars, that's it, the good title. Yep, the long rumored games are true. Super Mario 3D Land and World will be ported in full HD to the Switch. Chrono Cross Remake, Square saw massive support on the PS4 with Final Fantasy VII Remake, so they decided to try their hand at another PS1 classic. However, they wanted to aim it on the Switch. And then Lamar Jackson's Mega Football. With EA no longer holding the rights to Madden, Nintendo is getting back into the sports world. They want to take some of the lapsed Madden users and bring them into Nintendo. This is a really interesting prediction. Now, Mother Night or Nightbound, a sequel to Mother 2 and a prequel to Mother 3. Mother 2 ends on an ambiguous note with Porky sending Ness to come find him. This game will focus on Ness finding him. Star Fox Golf. So the Star Fox GP rumors were close, but Nintendo personally gave those not working on the game faulty rumors to catch the leakers. This is the true project Rare had been working on. Totally crazy, insane. Then Sonic's new 3D Blast. Sega saw the success of Sonic 3D Blast and wants to appeal to that same audience who misses classic Sonic. They feel that Sonic's 3D Blast, released late in the Genesis' life and on a flopping Sega Saturn, deserves another chance. Metroid Prime Rebellion, meant to serve as a hype game for Metroid Prime 4, it's allegedly very politically charged to mirror current events. So this is basically a lot of crazy information that I really want you guys' opinion are, is this going to be any sort of realistic expectation, especially the time travel thing in Breath of the Wild, to me makes sense out of all this. All the other information is pretty crazy and pretty high reaching, right? Especially, a big remake from Chrono Cross, and then of course that Star Fox Golf rumor, the Nightbound stuff, and even Sonic new 3D Blast, and a Metroid Prime game that is politically charged. I mean, it all feels a little bit thin. So I don't know if any of this will actually come to pass, if it will actually happen, but I would be very curious to find out what you guys' opinions on all of this news are. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, what of all these leaked information pieces do you actually think is going to be real? And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer actually comes to us from our very own user, Joshua Ivory, saying, it would be nice if Shadow the Hedgehog became a playable character. Now, Joshua, I really feel very strongly about this as well. I think that even though Shadow is an assist trophy right now, there might be chances upcoming to actually transform him into a real playable character. I think into the Sonic cast, there's other characters that would be great too. Knuckles, who is of course also an assist, Tails would be great, and Dr. Eggman, but I think Shadow also has potential to be very different from Sonic, heavier hitting attacks, projectiles, chaos control, chaos spear, that kind of stuff, a lot of cool animations, and I actually did all of the animations for Shadow in a Smash Brothers fan game, and they haven't been released since, but I do have that material, so maybe I should share it sometime, because there's a lot of great stuff in there. Even his taunt where he just grabs a Chaos Emerald and kind of looks at it, it's super cool. I'm very for Shadow the Hedgehog in that game. So thank you guys so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to read through, and of course a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. I mean, it means the world to me that in this crazy time in the world right now, you guys would support a YouTube channel that makes daily content. I do this all on my own, and thanks so much for being there for me. And I get to be there for you guys every single day and have this little podcast and talk to you guys about the games that I love, right? So please, if you want to support me, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner, but there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!